Hey Matt, Eric from Cordovan. I just wanted to welcome you to the studio. I'm really excited to get working with you. And I also just wanted to take a chance to review what we covered today. I know that we worked pretty fast and we talked about a lot of things. Overall, the main takeaway here is that when you're thinking modally, you don't want to just be thinking about a shape. You want to be thinking about what is the center of this particular song. Where's the center of gravity? Where's the pull? So if I'm playing an E Phrygian, which is what we did, the pull is going to be towards E. Specifically, it's kind of thinking about the key of C, but pulling towards E. So the temptation is to play the familiar Phrygian kind of shape there. But what we want to start thinking about is using all the other shapes so that I can play anywhere I want on the fretboard, but still bring out E's, right? So the challenge that I would like you to do, again, would be to take just the first 6 notes of each of the 7 modes in the key of C. So if I start here at C, and I'm just going to work on the top 2 strings. This is kind of an extension, mostly review and a little bit of an extension of what we did today, so that you can keep working on this. What we're going to do is we're just going to play the first 3 note per string pattern starting on a C here on the 2nd string. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to play just a quick overview. I'm going to play a C Ionian starting here, and then I'm going to play a D Dorian starting at D, and then I'll play an E Phrygian, and then so on up the neck. When I'm playing here at this C, the idea is I'm going to make up these little statements. Try to always return to the E, right? So think of this little E as being a magnet that you can't get too far away from it before you're pulled back to that E. Always being centered around that E. And then do it again in D Dorian. Always being pulled back to that E. And then obviously do it again in E Phrygian. Right? And then you would do it again with F Lydian would be a little bit trickier only because the first 3 notes won't give you an E, so you can kind of pull back, right? So this being the F Lydian, starting at the 6th fret here. The E is right below the F. Or you can think about it as being right above the D, whichever one you prefer. Or if you want to get real fancy, get both of them, right? So again, here, this is the only one that we didn't cover in the lesson, is using the F Lydian to get the E, right? Because there's 7 notes in the F Lydian, but we're only playing 6 of them. So the note that's missing from the finger pattern is the E. We can use that to our advantage by getting E's at either end, knowing that the note directly above where I'm starting in the shape or directly below where I'm starting in the shape will be an E, right? So if I'm starting in the shape here at F, 6th fret, so the note directly below the shape is that E right there. Directly above the shape right there. Okay? And then you would continue. You could make a G Mixolydian, and this is where we started today, is you did some... We were doing this G Mixo pattern here, first 6 notes of the G Mixo. We could also do this pedal point thing, which I think you made up a little idea in the lesson today, that right where you were always returning to that E. So again, the idea is that I'm using these different familiar shapes, but finding a very specific note inside it. And then you would use the A Aeolian, targeting this E here, and then we played the B Locrian, using that E there, and then we're back to a C major, just up an octave. There's that E again, and you would continue. So the idea is make some statements, put on an E Phrygian backing track or just a C major backing track, and try and bring out each of those E's in a different position. What this is going to do is going to give you a ton of ideas. So make complete ideas in each finger shape. Stay there. You can stay there for as long as you want. You can stay there and make up 6 different patterns, or maybe you want to, as long as you can. And once you feel like you've run out of ideas, move to a new finger shape. Still targeting the E, but using like a different modal approach. And the reason I'm calling this a different finger shape and not a different mode is because it isn't really a different mode. But by targeting that E, with notes from the key of C or automatically Phrygian. So what I want you to start to see in doing this is that the finger shape doesn't make the mode, it's the tonality or the center of gravity that is going to make the mode and what's going to determine the overall sound. Okay? So if you have any questions about that, feel free to send me an email. If not, enjoy, and I will see you soon.